Have you ever noticed people subtly leaning away when you come close? Or perhaps your grandchildren don't linger in your hugs like they used to. There's a hidden truth about aging that medical professionals rarely discuss, family members are too polite to mention, and most seniors aren't even aware is happening. I'm talking about a distinctive body odor that develops as we age, a specific chemical compound called 2-nonenal that research shows only appears in people over 40 and increases with time. This isn't about poor hygiene or not washing enough. In fact, scientists have discovered this unique scent can't be eliminated with regular soap or more frequent showers. It's a natural biological change happening in your body right now, caused by the breakdown of omega-7 unsaturated fatty acids on your skin. As our bodies age, our skin's natural antioxidant protection weakens, allowing these fatty acids to oxidize and create that distinctive aging odor that others might notice before you do. If you've sensed a shift in how people interact with you, perhaps they stand a bit farther away during conversations, or you've caught subtle reactions when you enter a room, you're not imagining things. There's a scientific explanation for what's happening, and more importantly, there are specific solutions that actually work. In today's video, I'm going to reveal the 5 specific spots on your body where this compound called 2-nonenal tends to accumulate most. These are areas you're probably missing in your regular cleaning routine, and they're the key to managing this natural aging process. By the end of our time together, you'll know exactly how to properly wash these 5 crucial areas to effectively minimize that distinctive aging odor, allowing you to feel confident, fresh, and enjoy close contact with loved ones without worry or embarrassment. This isn't about covering up the problem with perfumes or deodorants that only mask the issue temporarily. I'm sharing permanent solutions based on scientific research that targets the root cause of aging body odor. These techniques have helped thousands of seniors regain their confidence and social comfort. If you want more practical self-care tips that can help maintain your independence and dignity as you age, comment, "I'm interested" below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Wise Elderly Tips for more valuable advice on aging gracefully. We post new videos every day specifically designed to help you navigate the unique challenges of your golden years with confidence and dignity. Now, let's dive into the first key area that's often overlooked when it comes to managing that distinctive aging odor. I want to tell you about Martha, a lovely 72-year-old grandmother who always took pride in her personal hygiene. Martha showered daily, used her favorite perfume, and always wore freshly laundered clothes. She was meticulous about her appearance and cleanliness. But Martha noticed something strange. Her beloved granddaughter, little Sophie, who used to run into her arms for big, warm hugs, started to hesitate. At first, Martha thought maybe Sophie was just going through a phase. But as time went on, she noticed other family members subtly leaning away during conversations or keeping their distance during family gatherings. Martha was confused and hurt. She couldn't understand what was happening. After all, she was doing everything right, wasn't she? It wasn't until a frank conversation with her doctor that Martha learned about a crucial spot she'd been missing in her cleaning routine, behind her ears and the back of her neck. Now, I want to make something crystal clear right from the start. This isn't about poor hygiene. In fact, most of us seniors are very careful about staying clean. We've had decades of practice after all. The real issue here is something called nonenal, a chemical compound that forms on the surface of aging skin. You see, as we grow older, our bodies go through some changes that we can't see or feel. Our skin starts producing fewer natural oils, which might sound like a good thing if you battled oily skin in your youth. But these oils actually play a crucial role in protecting our skin. At the same time, the pH levels of our skin begin to shift, and our ability to renew skin cells slows down. All of these factors combined create the perfect environment for nonenal to form. Now you might be thinking, but I wash my hair every day. Surely that takes care of my entire head area? And that's a common misconception. Many people assume that shampooing their hair is enough to clean the whole head and neck region. But here's the thing, the back of your neck and the areas behind your ears are warm, rarely exposed to airflow, and often missed during our regular washing routines. These areas are like little hot spots for nonenal to accumulate. They're warm, they're hidden, and they don't get the same attention as the rest of your face and scalp during your daily cleansing routine. It's like having a hidden corner in your house that never gets dusted. Over time, things start to build up. So, what can we do about this? Well, the solution is actually quite simple. You don't need any fancy products or complicated routines. All you need is a soft exfoliating cloth and a little extra attention to these areas. Here's what I recommend. When you're in the shower, take your soft exfoliating cloth and gently, and I mean gently, clean behind your ears and the back of your neck. Remember, our skin gets thinner and more delicate as we age, so we want to avoid any rough scrubbing. Treat your skin with kindness. You don't need to do this every single day. In fact, 2 to 3 times a week is plenty. After you've gently exfoliated these areas, make sure to rinse thoroughly with warm water. And here's a pro tip: avoid using hot water. Hot water can strip away the natural oils your skin needs, potentially making the problem worse. Now, let me tell you what happened when Martha started paying attention to these often overlooked areas. Within just a couple of weeks, she noticed a difference. Her granddaughter Sophie started giving her those big, warm hugs again. Her family members seemed more at ease around her. Martha felt a renewed sense of confidence in social situations. But here's the most important part: Martha didn't just feel cleaner. She felt more connected to her loved ones. By addressing this simple issue, she removed a barrier that had been subtly affecting her relationships. And isn't that what it's all about? As we age, maintaining those close connections with our family and friends becomes more important than ever. Now that we understand why the neck and ears need special attention, let's move on to another crucial area that often gets overlooked. This next spot might surprise you, but it plays a significant role in that distinctive aging odor. Are you ready to learn about it? Let's dive in. The second key area we need to discuss is your upper back and shoulder blades. Let me tell you about John, a retired accountant who was always impeccably dressed and took great pride in his appearance. John had a puzzling problem that was starting to affect his confidence. He noticed that his shirts, particularly around the collar and upper back, seemed to retain an odor even after washing. At first, he thought it might be his laundry detergent, so he doubled the amount he used. When that didn't work, he tried different brands, added fabric softener, and even started washing his shirts separately from other clothes. Nothing worked. The odor persisted, and John became increasingly self-conscious, especially when in close quarters with others. He started to avoid social gatherings and even limited visits with his grandchildren because he was worried about the smell. It wasn't until his daughter gently suggested that the issue might not be with his laundry but with how he was washing his upper back that John finally found a solution. You see, the upper back and shoulder blades are prime locations for nonenal buildup. This might surprise you, but these areas have numerous oil glands but very limited air circulation, especially when we're sitting in chairs or wearing clothes all day. Think about it: your upper back is almost always covered by clothing, rarely exposed to fresh air, and difficult to reach during your shower routine. When these oils on your upper back oxidize, meaning they interact with oxygen in the air, they create that distinctive aging scent we've been talking about. And because this area is so hard to reach, many of us aren't cleaning it properly, allowing the nonenal to accumulate day after day. Here's where many of us go wrong. We assume that reaching our lower back with soap is sufficient, or we simply rely on water and soap running down our back in the shower. I hear this all the time: I let the shower water run over my back, so it must be clean. But unfortunately, this passive approach doesn't effectively remove the stubborn nonenal buildup. Water alone isn't enough to break down these oxidized oils. And if you can't reach your upper back properly, you're likely missing a spot that could be contributing significantly to that aging odor. It's like trying to wash your car by just letting rain fall on it. You might get some of the dirt off, but you won't get a truly clean vehicle without some scrubbing action. So what's the solution? Well, there are a few approaches you can take. First, consider using a long-handled bath brush. These are designed specifically to help you reach those difficult spots on your back. Look for one with soft bristles that won't irritate your skin but will provide enough friction to properly clean the area. If you have mobility issues that make using a bath brush difficult, don't hesitate to ask for assistance. There's no shame in needing a little help, especially when it comes to areas you simply cannot reach. A spouse, caregiver, or family member can help ensure your upper back is getting properly cleaned. Now, let's talk about what you should be using to clean this area. This is important. Not all cleansers are created equal when it comes to addressing nonenal. Look for products that contain pimenta extract, which is a natural ingredient that's been scientifically shown to neutralize nonenal. It doesn't just mask the odor, it actually breaks down the compound causing it. Other effective ingredients include green tea extract, which has powerful antioxidant properties that can help prevent the oxidation process that creates nonenal in the first place. Activated charcoal is another excellent option, as it can absorb and remove impurities from the skin. And gentle fruit acids like citric or lactic acid can help exfoliate dead skin cells where nonenal tends to accumulate. When John started using a long-handled brush and a cleanser containing green tea extract, he noticed a dramatic improvement within just a few weeks. His shirts no longer retained that distinctive odor, and he felt comfortable in social situations again. Most importantly, he could hug his grandchildren without worrying about whether they noticed an unpleasant smell. Remember, addressing this issue isn't just about smelling better, it's about maintaining your social connections and your quality of life. When we feel self-conscious about body odor, we tend to withdraw from the people and activities we love. By taking these simple steps to properly clean your upper back and shoulder blades, you're not just improving your hygiene, you're preserving your social well-being. While the upper back might be difficult to reach, our next area is easily accessible but often neglected in regular hygiene routines. This third spot might surprise you, but it's a common culprit when it comes to that distinctive aging odor. Skin folds and creases. I want to share Eleanor's story with you. Eleanor was 78 years old and had always been meticulous about her appearance. Her hair was always perfectly styled, her clothes immaculate, and she never missed her daily shower. Yet despite her careful routine, Eleanor noticed a persistent odor that seemed to follow her wherever she went. At first, she doubled down on her existing routine, longer showers, more soap, even applying extra perfume. But nothing seemed to help. The odor remained, and Eleanor became increasingly distressed. She started declining lunch invitations with her friends and even missed her grandson's piano recital because she was so self-conscious. The solution to Eleanor's problem was hiding in plain sight, or rather, in the folds of her skin. You see, as we age, our bodies go through many changes, and one of the most noticeable is that our skin loses elasticity. Remember how firm and tight your skin was in your youth? As the years pass, that natural elasticity diminishes, and our skin begins to develop more pronounced folds and creases. These folds typically appear in several key areas: under the arms, beneath the breasts for women, across the abdominal area, especially if you've gained or lost weight over the years, and in the groin region. Now, here's the important part. These skin folds create warm, moist environments that are perfect breeding grounds for bacteria. And here's where the science gets interesting. These bacteria interact with the nonenal we've been discussing, creating a chemical reaction that actually intensifies that distinctive aging odor. It's like adding fuel to a fire. The nonenal alone produces a certain scent, but when it mingles with bacteria in warm, moist skin folds, the odor becomes much more pronounced. Many of us make the same mistake Eleanor did. We assume that our regular shower routine is addressing all areas of our body equally. But there are some common misconceptions about cleaning skin folds that I want to clear up right now. First, quick showers often don't allow enough time to properly clean skin folds. When we're rushing through our bathing routine, we tend to pass quickly over these areas without giving them the attention they need. Think about it. How much time do you actually spend washing each specific area of your body? For most of us, it's just a quick pass with soap and water before moving on. Second, many seniors avoid disturbing these areas if they're sensitive or painful. This is completely understandable. If an area of your body is tender or uncomfortable, your natural instinct is to be gentle with it or avoid touching it altogether. But unfortunately, this well-intentioned caution can unintentionally allow odor-causing compounds to accumulate in exactly the places that need the most attention. So what was the solution for Eleanor, and what might work for you too? It's actually quite straightforward, though it does require a bit more time and attention during your bathing routine. First, you'll want to gently separate skin folds and wash these areas with a soft cloth and an appropriate cleanser. The key word here is gently. You don't want to irritate your skin by scrubbing too vigorously. A soft, clean washcloth and a mild cleanser formulated for sensitive skin will do the trick. Pay particular attention to the areas I mentioned earlier: under the arms, beneath the breasts, abdominal folds, and the groin area. Take your time with each section, ensuring that you're cleaning thoroughly but gently. Now, here's a crucial step that many people miss. Thoroughly dry these areas afterward. Moisture trapped in skin folds can actually worsen odor by creating an even more hospitable environment for bacteria. After bathing, use a clean, soft towel to carefully dry each area where skin folds occur. If reaching some areas is difficult, consider using a handheld hair dryer on the cool setting to ensure these spots are completely dry. For additional protection, especially during hot weather or if you tend to perspire heavily, consider using an unscented powder in these areas to reduce moisture and friction. Look for products specifically formulated for sensitive skin, and avoid anything with heavy perfumes that might irritate your skin or mask rather than address the underlying issue. When Eleanor started implementing these changes to her routine, the results were remarkable. Within just a couple of weeks, that persistent odor had diminished significantly. She regained her confidence and resumed her social activities, having lunch with friends, attending her grandson's recitals, and even joining a senior yoga class she'd been interested in but too self-conscious to try. The most important thing to remember is that addressing these issues isn't just about hygiene. It's about maintaining your quality of life, your social connections, and your emotional well-being. When we feel confident in our bodies, we're more likely to engage with the world around us, and that engagement is vital for healthy aging. Proper attention to skin folds makes a tremendous difference in managing that distinctive aging odor, but there's another area that's surprisingly influential when it comes to body odor as we age. This next spot might seem unusual, but it plays a significant role in how we smell to others, and it's commonly overlooked in regular hygiene routines. Our fourth key area focuses on spots that might surprise you, behind the knees and inside the elbows. Let me tell you about Robert, a 73-year-old retired teacher who took great pride in his personal hygiene. Robert was puzzled when his young grandchildren started mentioning a grandpa smell during their weekly visits. What confused him most was that these comments would come even right after he'd taken a thorough shower. He was clean, wore freshly laundered clothes, and used cologne, but still couldn't escape that distinctive scent his grandchildren had innocently pointed out. Robert was particularly hurt by this because he valued his time with his grandchildren above all else. He noticed they no longer wanted to sit on his lap during story time, and they seemed to keep a slight distance during their visits. This subtle change in their behavior bothered Robert deeply, and he became determined to solve this mystery. After doing some research and speaking with his doctor, Robert discovered something fascinating about the areas behind his knees and inside his elbows that changed everything. You see, these joint areas contain a surprisingly high concentration of sweat glands and oil-producing sebaceous glands. Most of us don't realize this because we don't typically think of these spots as being particularly sweaty or oily. But here's what makes these areas so significant when it comes to that distinctive aging odor. They're also places where skin touches skin, especially when we're sitting or when our arms are at rest. This skin-to-skin contact reduces airflow and creates warm, moist environments, perfect conditions for non-anal to concentrate and intensify. Think about it. When you're sitting in your favorite chair reading a book or watching television, the backs of your knees are folded, creating a hidden pocket with minimal air circulation. Similarly, when your arms are relaxed at your sides or resting on the arms of a chair, the inside of your elbows are often in a folded position. These seemingly insignificant body positions actually create ideal conditions for non-anal buildup. Now, here's where many of us go wrong in our cleaning routines. Most people focus on washing visible or exposed skin areas, our face, neck, arms, legs, and torso. We pay attention to the parts of our bodies that we can easily see or that others notice first. But those creases behind our knees and inside our elbows? They often receive only a quick pass with soap and water, if they get any focused attention at all. Unfortunately, this quick pass isn't enough to break down the stubborn non-anal compounds that accumulate in these areas. Remember, non-anal isn't just surface dirt that rinses away easily. It's a complex chemical compound that forms when the fatty acids in our skin oxidize, and it requires more thorough cleaning to effectively remove. So what was the solution for Robert, and what might work for you too? It's actually quite simple, though it does require being more intentional during your bathing routine. First, pay special attention to these joint areas during bathing. Instead of just letting soap and water run over them, take a moment to focus specifically on cleaning behind your knees and inside your elbows. Use your fingers or a soft washcloth to gently but thoroughly clean these creases. Second, use your exfoliating cloth in these areas 2 to 3 times weekly. Just as with the other areas we've discussed, gentle exfoliation helps remove dead skin cells where non-anal tends to accumulate. Remember to be gentle. Our skin becomes more delicate as we age, and harsh scrubbing can cause irritation or damage. Third, and this is something many people don't consider, think about the fabrics you're wearing. Synthetic materials like polyester, nylon, and acrylic don't breathe as well as natural fibers, and they can trap odors against your skin. Consider wearing breathable natural fabrics like cotton, linen, or bamboo, especially for items that sit close to these joint areas, like long-sleeved shirts and pants. When Robert started implementing these changes, he was skeptical at first. Could something so simple really make a difference? But within a few weeks, he noticed a significant change. His grandchildren stopped mentioning that grandpa smell, and gradually they returned to sitting on his lap during story time and snuggling close during their visits. For Robert, this wasn't just about smelling better, it was about restoring that precious physical closeness with his grandchildren. It was about being able to hug them without feeling self-conscious, about creating memories where the focus was on their time together, not on an uncomfortable awareness of body odor. And that's really what addressing these issues is all about. It's not vanity, it's about maintaining the quality of our relationships and our enjoyment of life's simple pleasures. When we feel confident in our bodies, We're more present in our interactions with others, more likely to seek out social connections, and more able to fully embrace the joys of our golden years. Now let's move to our final area. One that might surprise you but makes perfect sense when you understand how naninol forms and accumulates. Our fifth and final key area focuses on a spot that many people completely overlook when addressing aging odor: your scalp and hairline. Let me share Doris's story with you. Doris was a 68-year-old retired nurse who prided herself on her meticulous housekeeping and personal care. She washed her hair regularly, kept her home spotlessly clean, and changed her bedding weekly. But Doris noticed something peculiar. Her pillowcases would develop a distinctive scent between changes, even though she was showering regularly and washing her hair. At first, Doris assumed it must be something in her laundry routine. She tried different detergents, added fabric softeners, and even started changing her pillowcases more frequently. But the scent persisted. It wasn't until her hairdresser mentioned something about scalp care for seniors that Doris had her aha moment. The source of that distinctive odor wasn't her body, it was her scalp and hairline. This revelation might surprise you, but when you understand the science behind it, it makes perfect sense. Your scalp contains thousands of sebaceous glands that produce oils. These oils are natural and necessary. They help keep your hair and scalp healthy and moisturized. But as we age, these oils change in composition. The sebum our bodies produce in our 60s, 70s, and beyond is chemically different from the sebum we produced in our youth. These aging oils are more likely to oxidize when exposed to air, creating that naninol compound we've been discussing throughout this video. But here's what makes the scalp and hairline particularly significant. Your hair actually traps these compounds close to the skin. Unlike other areas of your body that are exposed to air circulation, your scalp is covered by hair that can hold these odor-causing compounds against your skin. Even more interesting is that your hair can actually distribute the scent as you move. Think about it, when you walk, turn your head, or feel a breeze, your hair moves. This movement can release those trapped odor molecules into the air around you, essentially creating a cloud of scent that others might notice even when they're not particularly close to you. Now, let's talk about some common misconceptions and mistakes many of us make when it comes to caring for our scalp as we age. First, many seniors wash their hair less frequently to avoid dryness. This is understandable. Our scalp does produce less oil overall as we age, and frequent washing with harsh shampoos can leave our hair brittle and our scalp itchy. However, reducing the frequency of hair washing without adjusting your cleansing technique can allow naninol to build up on your scalp. It's not about washing more often. It's about washing more effectively when you do clean your hair and scalp. Another common mistake is focusing only on the hair itself rather than thoroughly cleansing the scalp. Many of us concentrate on working shampoo through the length of our hair, paying less attention to actually massaging it into our scalp. But remember, it's the scalp, with all those sebaceous glands, that's the primary source of the oils that eventually oxidize and create naninol. Some seniors also use heavy conditioners or hair products that can trap oils and compounds against the scalp. These products might make your hair look better temporarily, but they can contribute to odor issues if they prevent your scalp from breathing properly or if they leave a residue that interacts with your natural oils. So what was the solution for Doris, and what might work for you too? First, use a gentle exfoliating shampoo specifically formulated for aging hair and scalp. Look for products that mention clarifying or deep cleansing, but are still gentle enough for regular use. These shampoos can help remove buildup without stripping your scalp and hair of all their natural moisture. Pay special attention to your hairline and the areas behind your ears. These spots, where your hair meets your skin, can be particularly prone to naninol buildup. Use your fingertips to gently massage the shampoo into these areas, ensuring you're not just cleaning the hair but also the skin underneath. Consider using a scalp brush or massager to gently stimulate and clean your scalp while shampooing. These tools, which you can find in most drugstores or online, have soft silicone bristles that can help you clean your scalp more thoroughly without scratching or irritating the skin. They also improve circulation to your scalp, which can promote healthier hair growth, an added bonus. Finally, make sure you're rinsing thoroughly to remove all product residue. Leftover shampoo or conditioner can mix with your natural oils and contribute to odor issues. Take an extra minute or two in the shower to ensure all products are completely rinsed away, especially at the nape of your neck and behind your ears. When Doris started implementing these changes to her hair care routine, she noticed a significant difference within just a few weeks. Her pillowcases no longer developed that distinctive scent between washings, and she felt more confident in close social situations. She even started accepting more dinner invitations and attending her community center's weekly card games again, activities she had been gradually withdrawing from due to her self-consciousness. Now that we've covered all 5 key areas, behind the ears and neck, upper back and shoulder blades, skin folds and creases, behind the knees and inside elbows, and the scalp and hairline, let's talk about how addressing these changes can impact your emotional well-being and social confidence. You see, managing this natural aging process isn't just about hygiene, it's about how you feel about yourself and how you interact with the world around you. When we're self-conscious about body odor, we tend to withdraw from social situations. We might avoid hugging our loved ones, decline invitations to social gatherings, or even limit our activities outside the home. This social withdrawal can have serious consequences for our mental and emotional health. Numerous studies have shown that social connection is vital for healthy aging. Seniors who maintain active social lives tend to have better cognitive function, lower rates of depression, and even stronger immune systems than those who become isolated. By addressing these 5 key areas in your personal care routine, you're not just managing a hygiene issue, you're preserving your ability to fully engage with life. You're ensuring that you can continue to hug your grandchildren without self-consciousness, enjoy dinner with friends without worry, and participate in community activities with confidence. And isn't that what these golden years should be about? Not withdrawal and limitation, but engagement and joy? Not self-consciousness and worry, but confidence and connection? By taking these simple steps to address a natural part of aging, you're giving yourself the gift of continued social connection and all the benefits that come with it. Now, before we wrap up our discussion on these 5 key areas, I want to share some additional tips that can maximize your effectiveness in managing that distinctive aging odor. These strategies go beyond just washing specific spots and can make a tremendous difference in your overall results. First, consider supporting your skin's health from the inside out with a diet rich in omega-3s, antioxidants, and hydrating nutrients. You see, what you put into your body has a direct impact on what comes out through your skin. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds, can help reduce inflammation and support healthy skin cell function. Colorful fruits and vegetables provide antioxidants that fight the oxidation process that creates nonenal in the first place. And staying well hydrated helps your body flush toxins naturally. Margaret, one of my viewers, shared that after increasing her intake of berries, leafy greens, and fatty fish while drinking more water, she noticed a significant improvement in her skin's overall condition and a reduction in that aging odor. All within just a month of making these dietary changes. Second, moisturize regularly with unscented products to help your skin shed old cells naturally. As we age, our skin's natural exfoliation process slows down, which means dead skin cells, and the nonenal they contain, can linger longer on our body's surface. A good moisturizing routine helps support your skin's natural renewal process. Look for products labeled fragrance-free rather than unscented, as some unscented products still contain masking fragrances that could irritate your skin. Third, it's time to rethink your bathing routines to include these 5 key areas consistently. This doesn't necessarily mean longer showers or baths. It's about being more intentional with the time you already spend. Consider creating a mental checklist that you follow each time you bathe, ensuring you're giving proper attention to each of these 5 areas. Consistency is key here. Addressing these spots occasionally won't yield the same results as making them a regular part of your routine. Fourth, choose the right cleansers specifically formulated to neutralize nonenal. Not all soaps and body washes are created equal when it comes to addressing this unique compound. Look for products that contain persimmon extract, alpha-hydroxy acids, or green tea extract, all of which have been shown to effectively break down nonenal. Japanese researchers have done extensive studies on persimmon extract in particular, finding it remarkably effective at neutralizing the compounds that cause aging odor. Finally, pay attention to your clothing choices and laundry practices. Natural fibers like cotton, linen, and bamboo allow your skin to breathe better than synthetic materials. Consider washing your clothes with an enzymatic laundry detergent that's better at breaking down body oils that may have transferred to your clothing. And don't forget to wash your bedding regularly. Pillowcases and sheets can harbor those same compounds and redeposit them on your skin night after night. Now, let's talk about something equally important: the emotional impact of addressing this natural aging process. The reality is that this natural aging odor can affect how we feel about ourselves and how we interact with others. Many seniors gradually withdraw from social activities or avoid close contact with loved ones because of embarrassment or self-consciousness about body odor. I've received countless letters from viewers who described how they started declining dinner invitations, avoiding dance classes they once loved, or even limiting time with grandchildren because they were worried about their body odor. This social withdrawal doesn't just affect your calendar, it affects your mental health, your cognitive function, and your overall quality of life. Research consistently shows that social isolation is as dangerous to our health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases our risk of depression, cognitive decline, heart disease, and even premature death. That's why addressing this issue isn't just about smelling better. It's about preserving your vital social connections and the health benefits they bring. But here's the truth, you are not helpless in the face of aging. You are not invisible, you are not stuck, and you are certainly capable of managing this natural change. Knowledge is power, and now you have the specific information needed to address this issue effectively. Unlike many challenges that come with aging, this is one you can take concrete steps to manage. I think about James, an 81-year-old viewer who wrote to me after implementing the techniques we've discussed today. He said, "For years, I thought the subtle way people leaned away from me was in my imagination. I felt increasingly isolated but didn't know why. After following your advice for just 3 weeks, my daughter actually commented on how nice I smelled when she hugged me. I can't tell you what that meant to me. I encourage you to try implementing just one of these techniques this week. Start with the area that's easiest for you to access and maintain. Perhaps that's your scalp and hairline, or maybe it's behind your knees and inside your elbows. Begin with whatever feels most manageable to you. Then notice the difference it makes not just in how you smell, but in how you feel about yourself when interacting with others." Many viewers tell me they start with one area, notice positive results, and then feel motivated to incorporate the other techniques. There's no need to overhaul your entire routine at once. Small, consistent changes often lead to the most sustainable results. Remember, these body changes are a natural part of aging that everyone experiences. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Every human body ages, and with that aging comes changes in our skin, our metabolism, and yes, our natural scent. With the simple techniques we've discussed today, you can manage these changes effectively and maintain your confidence and dignity throughout your golden years. To recap, the 5 key areas we covered today are behind the ears and neck, upper back and shoulder blades, skin folds and creases, behind the knees and inside elbows, and your scalp and hairline. Paying attention to these areas in your personal care routine can make a significant difference in managing that distinctive aging odor. We also discussed supporting strategies like dietary changes, proper moisturizing, consistent bathing routines, choosing the right cleansers, and paying attention to your clothing and laundry practices. Together, these approaches create a comprehensive system for addressing aging odor effectively and naturally. Which of these 5 areas surprised you the most? Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Many viewers tell me they had no idea their scalp was contributing to aging odor, while others are shocked to learn about the importance of cleaning behind the knees. Your comments not only help me create better content for you, but they also help other viewers feel less alone in navigating these changes. And if you have other personal care questions you'd like me to address in future videos, please share those too. This channel exists to provide practical, dignified solutions to the real challenges of aging, the ones that doctors rarely discuss but that significantly impact your quality of life. If you found these tips helpful, subscribe to Wise Elderly Tips for more practical advice on maintaining your independence and well-being as you age. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our new videos every Wednesday. We cover everything from managing joint pain and improving sleep quality to navigating relationships and maintaining your home as you age. All with practical, actionable advice you can implement right away. Thank you for watching. Remember, aging with dignity means taking care of yourself in ways that maintain your confidence and joy in life. You deserve to feel comfortable in your own skin, to enjoy close relationships without self-consciousness, and to participate fully in all the activities that bring you happiness. Stay informed, stay confident, and I'll see you in the next video with more tips for living your best life at any age. Because here at Wise Elderly Tips, we believe that your golden years should truly be golden, filled with connection, joy, and the dignity that comes from knowledge and self-care.